Hello you guys, CimplyCeCe here and welcome back to my channel. And I will have to say I'm happy to be back. It's been a minute, probably going on 4 months, but it wasn't because I just quit. It's just life. Anyway, we'll talk about an update some other time. I will fill y'all in on a little bit of things that started from last summer, but here we are. We are here to do an update on the sister locks, as we can tell from the thumbnail. You guys, just before we jump into it, just know, baby, hold on, I got something on them. Wait, what's that? Yeah. They are growing beautifully. Look at that. Look at that. Look, wait, get behind me. I shouldn't have worn anything with a hood on it. Can y'all see it? Can we see the length? Listen, hold on. We want to see the length. Can we see how we are? All right. Tapping on bra strap. Just a little tap. I'm keeping my hair straight. Look. Ooh, look at that. Y'all, I'm so proud. I put that on my good. I look fly, I look good. You can touch my back, but you good. I look fly, I look too good. Put that on my good. I look fly, I look good. You can touch my back, but you good. I look fly, I look too good. They say she get it from the moment. I'm a fake fool, got my body thinks unpolite. Don't be in the normal type. Tell me, is you down? Cause I'm trying to go home tonight. I wasn't who you spent the right. I just want to live in a fantasy. I think we deserve it right. Talk about the melody I've ever made in my life. Permanent ecstasy. Ladies, let's win us tonight. Living inside a dream. Let's play with the love is like. I put that on my good. I look fly, I look good. You can touch my back, but you good. I look fly, I look too good. Put that on my good. I look fly, I look good. You can touch my back, but you good. I look fly, I look too good. Touch my swag, so let's get into this update. Okay, the first thing off tops I want to talk about is why I'm back to self-retying. So if you haven't been following me, I will give you a quick review. Sorry, I think I might be a little too high. That's a bit better. I'll give you a quick review. I was self-tying for about probably 3+ years, because I'm on my 5th year. I'll hit 5 years sister locked in September on the 20th of this year. But I recently started going back. I probably, just off the top of my head, not knowing accurately, I can add it on the screen because I'll be able to look at it. I think I have 3 or 4 appointments back with the loctician, the sister lock consultant who had initially installed my locks. So again, it's still just me and her who have did anything with my hair. So why I'm back to self-retying, I will show you guys some snippets from my last update. I never uploaded it, and the reason I didn't upload it is because I knew then I wasn't really happy with my hair. So what I will say, disclaimer, it's not that I feel like she does anything inappropriate or not right. Like, I'm not here to say that I think she doesn't know what she's doing. That's not what I believe. What I mean is, I have gotten so accustomed to having my hair look more like this. And when I say like this, what I mean is I don't like a lot of frizz. And my hair, as I kept going, to me was looking frizzier and frizzier. I don't like I don't mind frizz, let me be clear. But I didn't like how frizzy it was getting. I will insert little parts of it because this is my first self-retie since I have been back. And I'm going to show you up close like what the frizz I saw. And I just don't like it. And if I'm honest, it was really the reason why I went back. I began self-retying all those years ago is because I don't like it being that frizzy.
I don't mind that my hair looks very, very flat. I like the scalpy look. When I was doing my hair, so that you guys, if you're new, I would go about 3 months in between reties. So I'm not a person who needs it to look fresh all the time. But when it is done, I want it to look like this. And I just wasn't liking that. And then it's not as expensive. It's not really expensive to me. It was $135, and then you add a tip of 10 or 20, you know, your choice. But it's $135 base price for myself for my reties, which I think is affordable. I was going every 6 weeks. I didn't feel like my hair stayed fresh as long. Like, I could not imagine going 3 months. I was like, by week 4, actually like by week 3, I was ready for my hair to be retied again. And like I said, I don't think this is anything against what she's doing. I actually honestly believe she's doing the Sister Lock reties properly. That's just my opinion, but I haven't been to any other Sister Lock consultant. I am confident that she knows what she's doing. What I think is I've got accustomed to them being done the way I started doing them, and then I got a preference, and I missed that. And it was also a part of when I was going back, I was concerned that I might get in that situation. Like, I was like, okay, sorry y'all, I have to move it because I feel like I have to stand back so you can see me, but I don't want to stand back that far. But I was thinking, oh my God, over time, would you not like the reties? And that's what happened. I really went back because I really wanted the time. But I will say I did my own self-retie. Granted, I did it over a week, but it wasn't because it took me that long. I did the first half. The first half of my hair was the back middle section here. So I did this mohawk middle section, and I did the top section about from here on down. And so I had these two sections left. My daughter got sick, so that's the only reason why. I really was expecting to finish it in like 2 days, and that wasn't a whole day. I did the first half. Oh, help me. So I'm not talking too long. So doing the mohawk in the 2 front sections last Monday, because this is the following Monday. It's been exactly 7 days from me doing the top to the back, but you can't really tell the difference, so it was fine. But that's because my baby got sick. So on the day that I did the front, I worked probably from noon, 1 to about 3. So it might have been about 12-ish. So noon to 3, we'll say that. So 12, 1, 2, 3. So about 3 hours, 3.5. And I got most of it done. And then I finished it that day. So in a total of doing the back and front, I would say it probably took me about 5 hours. That's just me being generous. I think it took me 5 hours to do the back, the middle section and the front. And I'll say today it took me another 5 hours to do the 2 quadrants in the back. Actually, it might have took less than that. It might have took me more like 4 hours for the last these 2 quadrants. And it wasn't bad. It was cool. I was calm. I was relaxed. I was enjoying it. I turned on a documentary. It was fine. And I was concerned that getting into it, I was going to be overwhelmed. Doing the mohawk section, you guys might ask, the middle section is the hardest section for me to do. The middle and the back is just the hardest to see in my mirrors. So I wanted to attack that first and get it out the way. I used to start on one corner and like work across. Now I do the mohawk section first, and I do the front. And I do the front sections because, number one, they are the easiest, and it gives me a fresh look basically almost immediately. So even though the back 2 quadrants weren't done yet, you couldn't tell when I was wearing my hair down all week, and it was fine. So that was the reason why I did it that way, and that helps me because then I used to start from the back, and then the front would still look like it needed to be retied until I finished it. So changing that up has helped me so much with being a lot more patient with my reties. I thought I was going to take more time with this one than normal because I want to say the last time I timed myself, it took me about 12 hours. So for whatever reason, even though I've been away, I absolutely know I took less time this retie. So that's really good news. And it may be because the plan was great. I was ready to do it. I saw a video on a girl whose mom, I think, and this was maybe a couple years ago, but she's Sister Lock. Long story short, the mother had been Sister Lock for probably 12 years. She's a self-retire. One of the tips her mom gave when she was asking, the daughter was asking for tips she would give to anyone was like, do your hair when you feel like doing it. So, and I've learned not to rush it. Doing it when I feel like doing it absolutely helps me do it correctly and take time. I'm so pleased with the results of what this retie looks like. So that is why I will say also, to back the side of me saying I don't feel like my sister-like consultant does my hair improper or anything like that. I'm starting to run into a lot more ladies that are sister-lock throughout, you know, my city and stuff. Is becoming more of a popular hairstyle. From 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago when I got it installed, I didn't see that many, but I'm starting to see a lot more now. And their hair looks very, very frizzy. It looks pretty, but it's a lot of frizz. So what that tells me is that that's probably the way it's supposed to be done. Again, my sister-lock consultant does not use product, but I do. So what, in a nutshell, I don't think my hair was ever done improperly. I'm not here to bash or say anything like that. I believe the issue is, and it's not an issue, what the situation is, I'm accustomed to my hair looking like this and me seeing all the parts and having minimal frizz, and it's what I prefer. Now, it is people who have locks, sister locks and traditional locks, who prefer when the hair looks older. So I know it's just a preference. I do not think it's right or wrong one way, unless of course you're causing damage to your locks in some capacity, but we're not there. So that is why I'm back to self-retying, and it saves money. I had to buy a car last summer, so saving $135 every 6 weeks is absolutely helpful for me at this moment, because funds is a little funny. So subscribe, help the girl out. Anyway, so well, let's get into the hair. So we have some issues. The good stuff is I showed that I started these locks, and yes, I started them myself. So it's pretty little, but it's in here really strong. I don't think it's going anywhere. It's been in there for a while. This one, I had started it, but then I accidentally combed it out. So I'm just letting it grow a little bit more and do it over. This one I started a while ago. It's doing pretty good. We have a weak spot in there, but again, I'm starting them myself, so I expect that. I just baby them. Over here we have this one. Oh, I think I got it. Anyway, I started this one. This one feels pretty solid. What's funny is looking at my hairline, you would not think that they weren't there. It looks like they've been here. So I was trying to keep them looking like that. And then we have a little tiny one right here that I want over time to kind of move in this direction and become a cube, like right in there, as you can see. Because as you get close to my hairline, which is see-through, but there's lots of hairs in here. Again, this hair up here that I have the baby hair, I feel like I'm getting more and more of it. And I don't think that hair is ever going to be thick enough to lock. Over here, this has always been my weaker side, you guys. So we have the coil here. I have the biggest bald spot. Well, I guess technically you can see the hair. So I'm just being patient. My hairline has done some phenomenal things over the years. If you've been with me since the beginning, I might even have to show you guys some old footage if you're new, so you can see where my hairline was. And it has completely transformed, truly, truly. So I'm learning to just be patient, but as you get closer, you can see I have hairs everywhere. And y'all, I know I was scalp bald. I know I was. All right, the mishap. So over here, this lock is very, very short. Where my fingers are is the length of the locks. The story with this, I accidentally cut this one off a long time ago. I attempted to reattach it. It was not growing as well as this one. So I had cut this one, because you can see the difference in our lengths. This one's been here since the very beginning, but you can see it's quite a bit shorter. So I cut this one to try to match these because they were my sideburns, but cutting it creates this unraveling, as you can see, this coil. So that's what was happening over here. It started to come undone, and it's trying to lock back up now. That's why I got this real knot. Then you got that. So with me trying to cut these to match, it just wasn't working. So this last retie here that I did, because this was longer, it was not this short. This, I believe, you guys, is the growth from when I cut it off. The part that came off when I was retying this time was the part I attempted to reattach on my own. I don't know how to do that. And I think also with the locks being so small, it's just going to be trickier. That's just my opinion, but I'm not, it could just be that they can be reattached just as smoothly, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So what I did when it came apart this time, I said, you know what, forget it. I just feel like it's gonna be locks. I'm gonna have different length locks. I'm gonna let it grow out a little bit more. I may cut this one again. With this little weak spot, I might cut that. But right now, cause this is probably I'm gonna end up cutting that at some point, but I want it to be like nice and tight. But that'll be it. So that is what's going on with that. I have one over here that she cut, I just seen it here. And this was the other one that was cut. I'll probably find the footage of the big old knot just to refresh anybody's memory. And if you're new, so you can see, I had a huge knot in this. It has grown out since it's been cut, but that's why that one's short. So given that I've learned in the lock journey, this is just something that is probably going to happen. And I know I'm not the first that have had, I haven't lost any locks, but had some break or snag or whatever. But for me, they blend in. Nobody knows. You don't know looking at my hair. And I don't care if you do notice. It's just my raw hair being locked. So those are the updates. But we have installed 1, 2, is it one here? No, 1, 2, 3, and 4 new locks on the hairline. So I'm really, really proud of that. And that is saying a lot about the growth of my hairline too, because every lock that has been installed, you guys, was not there before. It's not a reinstall of an old lock that broke off. It is a new lock. We have actually grown this much hair on the hairline, where when I lay this down, because it kind of blends in, even though it's relatively shorter, kind of blends in, but it looks more and more like a more natural hairline versus what I started with. So that's all. But the length is beautiful. I have not recolored it. A lot of people ask me what color it is. I get comments about it all the time. Maybe I can put it on the screen. It is a permanent color by the brand Pravana. It's in the color 6RR. I don't know what that's called, but I'll make sure to put that on the screen for you guys, because people ask about it all the time. I'll make sure I put in the title, what is the color of my locks? That's what it is. And I did not use any bleach to get this color, if you want to know. I just reapplied the color 3 times. I did it slowly and gradually, and I still think that was the best bet. I've had people say, oh, you should put bleach, and I'm like, no. The one thing I know about bleach as a professional is that it is not very kind to locks, and I do not want to know what it can do to tiny locks. It can cause traditional locks to start to unravel, and that was my fear. So if you want this color and your hair is virgin hair and you've never lightened it, you might want to do it. I did it gradually. I think I used a 20 developer the first time, and I did a 30 developer the second 2 times. And I did 20, which I knew wouldn't bump it a lot, but I did it just to feel out what it was going to do. And I have it on my channel. So the one that I recorded, you cannot see much of the color at all. It just barely bumps the base up. And so after three attempts, 3 coloring is when I got this color, because people ask me all the time. But it is Pravana 6RR. I'll make sure to put that on the screen for you guys, and that's how I did it 3 times. I only filmed it once, I believe, but I redid this whole process 3 times. So that's how I got this color, and it's faded some. So if you do it, it may not look this color when you initially do yours. But as it fades, this is what it fades to. And I think it fades to a beautiful color. The fact that I still get compliments on it is quite telling. I am seeing lint in my hair. And y'all, I have finally been attacked by the lint monsters. And it started this winter. In Missouri, we had a real winter. And honey, wearing my scarves. What I do, I'll show you this. How I remove, and I've been removing it, because I have tiny locks, and I've seen people pick at their locks and then they tear a hole in it. So how I remove my lint, if you can see, is this little bit. I use these tiny, tiny tweezers because I want to grab the lint just like that. That's how easy it comes out. Now it's tedious, but it's worth it for me. So literally, I can't do it right now, but when I see lint, like I'm seeing it on the camera because I'm, catching it, that's what I'll do. I see a little bit more on this one. Same thing. It's like, it's barely there, but it's there. And then I'll use my mirror. I can't see it now. Oh, I see it. I didn't get it. Oh, nope. But when I use my tweezers, I can really focus on just getting the lint. You can see it's like tiny lint balls and I just blow them off of me. But that's how I get mine. Of course, some of them are harder than others, and I could do this for hours. Sometimes I have to just stop. Even if you have bigger locks, getting some tiny tweezers is going to be better than trying to dig it out with your fingernails or your fingers, because I mean, I'm literally just getting the lint, as you can see. So that is everything, you guys. I did share a little bit of my updated retie with you guys on another video, so check that out. I'm gonna get out of here because I talked way more than I expected to, but I feel like I owed it to you guys. And if you've been sticking around, if you newly subscribed and you haven't seen a new video since my last ones, and this is your first new one, thank you so much, you guys, for being here. I really truly appreciate it so much that you would give me any of your time. But like the video if you enjoyed it. Please share if you think it can be helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the notification bells so you know when I upload, because life be lifing. And so I just want y'all to know when I do upload. So hit that, and then you won't be as surprised when you see a video. But until next time, you guys, as always, stay blessed, stay motivated, and stay close to God. And I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye, guys.
I put that on my